Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Jesse here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check Spinel in VR. There are two VRs which I think are viable for Spinel. Definitely Spider Queen and Mask Taimanin. I'm not going to try the machine VR because the knockback is just going to keep interrupting Spinel. So she's not exactly viable on that. Or well, I haven't tested, but it's pretty obvious. She doesn't have the kind of super armor that Murasaki does. So uh, it would be very inefficient. So let's get right to the build. I'm gonna use blue Spinel here, but there are options definitely. Uh, so I'm gonna go for Demonic Arm Detonate, Crystal Shard Burst, and Piercing Thirst. What do these skills do? Demonic Arm Detonate is going to give you a damage increase attack range, and increase skill damage. Piercing Thirst gives you another damage increase, and Crystal Shard Burst also gives you a damage increase. That's the reason why I'm using blue. It's very viable. I do not have Onigumo max out. So yeah, instead I'm using Kana for the damage increase and buffs. Kirara because she gives me HP recovery and she also gives me damage increase. And Arabella. Kirara maybe you don't have. In any case, you can use something to mitigate damage like Sakuya. You can also use some of the generic gacha supporters like Fur that increases damage against demons or something like that. There's also Susune, which gives damage reduction. That's the problem with blue. We don't have that many damaging options, and some of the defensive options are restricted to certain colors. So if you want, you can use Akina with Spinel, but I'm using Akina on another build. So try to go with whatever damage supporters you can equip. This is very restrictive due to the limited amount of damaging supporters we have with blue that work for demon. But you can use, now that I think about it, Heaviko if you have her. She increases damage and also reduces damage taken for demon type characters. No, by demon type characters. And yeah, that's about it. There are not too many options on this one, but fortunately I have it. And you can also use this one, Rika, if you want more defense. So yeah, I'm not going to use one UR because I don't have another UR. I'm going full anti-demon. And yeah, that's about it. My level is 83, as you can see. Now, these there are two possible strategies that you can use here for Spinel. One is to abuse a White Feather Aska with two characters which do multi-hit attacks to just destroy the super armor and abuse the damage of Spinel. But I don't have a second copy of White Feather Aska. So instead I'm going to go with the healing strategy. For this one I'm going to use Felicia. Felicia has the weapon 5 out of 5, but the weapon doesn't really matter. It's good for the damage, but has a 10% chance of removing 5 buffs when attacking. No, that's not it. The weapon doesn't matter at all. What matters are the Magatamas for Felicia because she's going to have a ton of HP and that's going to make it harder to kill. I have defensive Magatamas here, whatever defensive Magatamas. And then for skills, Vampiric Zone and Evil Strange to inflict the mark debuff, and Blood Sight to increase to have another way to restore HP. You can go full blue if you want, but that depends on the amount of supporters that you have. Here I'm going to use Ingrid, but you can equip that's the thing. The supporters that you want, maybe you're going to use it with someone else, so be careful on how you choose your supporters. For example, if you have Yasuyama, it's easier to say this, Yasuyama, then you can equip her to Felicia, and it's going to constantly restore HP for you and your allies. So that's a good option. There's also the generic, the Founding 3. We have when hit, use, remove debuffs. This one is also good, but it's gacha and I don't have enough copies of Misuha. There's also the option of using Misaki, Nao, of course, Hisui. I don't recommend Yuno because you're not going to be able to activate your mark with the evade if you're using invincibility. So yeah, there's different. Also, Misuki Shiranui no. Nanami. Nanami is another option that you may want to use. If you have Akiyama Rinko, that's also good for the damage increase and damage taken. No, wait a moment. She's an assist. Yes, she is an assist. So yes, Akiyama Rinko is another option. And oh yeah, you can use Yuna. Yuna is the F2P option. If you don't have now, she doesn't give the damage increase, but she does have a good active, and you're gonna get the 40% damage reduction. So yeah, those are the green. For blue, since you're using the damage supporters on blue, you can use Felicia if you have her, the limited Felicia. You can use Akina if you're not using it on Spinel. You can use Sakuya, the same if you are not using it on a Spinel. Onisaki Kirara. Which other supporter? Fortunately, we have 2 copies of Sakuya. Or well, we already received the rerun, that's what I mean. You can use Rika. You can also equip Murasaki, Susune, Hebiko. Yeah, I wouldn't use Shisui. I mean, it's good, but again, invincibility is not good here, and it doesn't give enough benefit. You want more damage reduction. So yeah, those are the kind of supporters that you want on Felicia. And last we have Murasaki. Murasaki, I use her because she's tanky. I'm using the Rudolph Crusher, 5 out of 5. Only enchantment level 10. So this is gonna make Murasaki tankier, and she's gonna deal more damage. The Magatama's Anti-Demon, which also give a little bit of damage and damage reduction against Demon. Whatever Magatama's on the other. 513. And here, I'm gonna use, as usual, Tentacle Hold to get. You can use Fushinojin, but you don't want to use Fushinojin because you're gonna stop attacking. So instead, and also there's a bunch of spiders. Since there are mobs, you can take advantage of this skill to deal AoE damage to everyone, and you're not gonna get stuck in place. Then we have Tentacle Mine and Great Example. Fushinojin is okay with what's the name, Spider Queen, because there are many enemies, there are mobs, so maybe you get hit with one of them, but I'm not going to use it. And then I'm gonna use Misaki. Why Misaki on the main? Because of the heal. Spinel definitely needs ways of healing herself, not only the mark, so that's why I'm using her on the main. And it also is good for the damage increase. And then we have Homar now, obviously, 5 out of 5, and Hisui. I was thinking about equipping instead of Hisui Susuyama, but she isn't enchanted at all, so I'm going to keep Hisui, but she was my pick over her. It depends on if you have her enchanted or not. So yeah, this is meant to deal a ton of damage to the enemy. This is my first run doing this, and it's gonna be on step 41. So we'll see how that works. I expect it to work. I mean, step 41 isn't that hard for me anymore, but I'll see what happens. I also have to be super careful. Okay, so I just... yeah, be careful not to get interrupted. Yeah, that was fast. Definitely good. I mean, she is already good only because of the leader skill that put her ahead of most of the characters, as well as the fact that she is going to have the what's the name, the highest attack in the game. So yeah, just because of that, she's kind of better than any other pick that you may... Come on. Yeah, I need to do this one, the hold. Yeah, so I do have the HP, but it's thanks to the build, thanks to the partners. If I wasn't using this team, I would be having trouble. The Spinel definitely needs some way to restore her HP, and even though Emily and Shizuru do have their healing skills, I don't think they are good enough for Spinel. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Super good. It deals a ton of damage. Definitely viable. So, yeah. Let me think. I also want to go for green, but if I go for green, definitely probably I won't use Murasaki, because she has kind of the best green supporters. So which other character can I use with Spinel? Let's see. She wants to go green. I'm trying to go for someone who doesn't want to go green. I mean, you could use Noah because she is tanky. Well, she can be very tanky, but I don't have her on the right level for that. Well, I guess I'm gonna use Shizuru. Yeah, definitely Shizuru. Shizuru isn't exactly the best pick for this, but she's gonna work because she's gonna fulfill the role of a supporter and a debuffer. So one more fire. Demon. Excellent. Whatever max here. And then I'm using here the limited weapon, 4 out of 5. It's fully enchanted. This is 5 out of 5, 14 enchantment. For skills, I'm gonna use Rose Rondo first for the weapon, Whip Grip for the reduction, and let me check. Decrease the defense of the enemy for, and this is, oh my god. So yeah, I would like to use the fourth slot, but I'm not because I'm showcasing it like if it was F2P, which is not F2P because it has the limited weapons. So I'm gonna use Sprout Garden here instead. So since I'm going to go with red, increase the speed, increase the duration of buffs. I'll see about that. I'm going to start with the sub. For the sub, definitely I'm going to use Kirara and Susune. Kirara could be the number one, but I'm not going to use her. And I'm going to use this one. No. Where is she? Here she is. I'm going to use Yukina to increase damage by a lot. I mean, this is 110 more, 10% more damage. Yeah, definitely good. 2 defense down. I could go. Well, let me check. Increase the area of effect. Reduce the speed of the enemy. Well, I guess I will. I'm going to use the wipe shot just to focus on damage. This is absurd damage because I'm using Felicia, so I can rely on her for the healing. And with this would be a deadly combination because of the amount of damage that you already saw. But instead, I'm going to use green. So for green, I'm going to use her to have my own healing. I'm going to use her for the defense and damage increase. And I want one more damage increase. I could go for the defensive one, but I want damage on this one. The question is who? Because critical is not going to work. This is for melee. Well, before I select the last one, I want to check my skills. I'm going to use Boulder Quake, which is range. I'm going to use this one, the Explosive Rampage, which is going to be melee. And increase size of the rock. Where is the other one that gives speed increase? Speed increase, speed increase, speed increase. It's this one, yeah. The thirst. I'm going to use the thirst. Wait. It was already equipped. That's why. So with these 3, it's going to be more than enough. And the question is who? Who is going to be my little guinea pig for this experiment? I could go with this one because it's a generic 30% damage increase. And this one... You know what? I'm going to use her. Since I know that I'm going to be hitting an enemy with debuffs thanks to the mark and the defense down, I'm going to change them. This is going to deal a very good amount of damage. Though the problem is that the damage increase here, the extra damage increase, is on basic attacks. So that's a little bit limited, but it's fine. Because I'm relying on skills. And Spinel definitely wants to rely on skills more than her basic attacks. So let's test this out. I think I'm gonna delete her, but we'll see about that. There's the damage reduction. So yeah, even though Um, even though there is the damage reduction, I am hitting very fast and I'm dealing a lot of damage. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the debuffs are very, very good. Come on. Yeah, like that. Ah, I already beat her. Yeah, even with the damage reduction, green is also viable. I wouldn't go for red for BR with Spinel. She gains super armor with the main red, and even though that's good, you prefer damage here, definitely. And you don't like to be able to withstand the hits. You usually want to dodge those hits on VR. Yeah, so definitely. I'm also going to use the active, and it's still lit, yes. As you can see, Spinel is pretty good. And as I mentioned, it is definitely viable on Spider VR, Spider Queen VR, and also Mask Taimanin VR. This specific build, the green one with uh, Astaroth as the main supporter, might make her viable on machine VR because of the knockback. The knockback is very annoying, but the super armor is going to mitigate that. But you only activate that every 5 minutes, so that's kind of the problem. So you have like 5 seconds of super armor, and you have to every 5 minutes or every 50 seconds. So you have 5 seconds of super armor, and you have to wait 45 seconds to have more super armor. Yeah, that's kind of not good enough. You would have to position yourself properly with Spinel on Machine VR, so I wouldn't recommend that. So yeah, as you can see, she's pretty good. I'm gonna test her on human VR, yes, when that arrives next week. So that's gonna be it for today, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.